now listening to the Good Bad Advice Podcast with Stephanie and Chase.
Hello. Welcome, you guys. We're back. We're back again.
We're back.
This is the Good Bad Advice podcast. We give unsolicited advice to people in the news, and we're your hosts. I'm Chase.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we took a couple weeks off because Steph was on vacation.
Yes.
And then we were
I had,
on
like,
vacation.
the perfect timing of
like
coming back.
It hit both weekends, and that's when we record.
We did get a DM from somebody being like, hello.
I got another one as well. A couple people were like, did I miss the thing? Nope, Cass, we're here.
No,
we're
are
on
here.
It. We're doing the thing.
We're
back
alive.
at it. We're so excited because I haven't really seen you.
No.
But we've talked so much. Like, that's the thing, because here's one of the best parts about being friends with people who have really great taste.
Yes.
Is that they then every now and then take your advice to watch a TV show, and then you get to witness. So, like, you had this while I was reading Fourth Wing.
Yep.
No, while I was reading ACOTAR.
Yes.
Not as much for Fourth Wing, because I read the first one.
We had already.
But during ACOTAR, which is A Court of Thorn of Roses, for context, hi Kev, you'd read basically everything that had come out, and then I started reading, and so you kept saying, like, just wait, and I'm like, Tamlin, he's so great, but I kind of don't like him, and I kind of like the other guy. And then she's like, just keep reading. Now the pendulum has swung, and I am the gatekeeper of all the knowledge, because you are on season 4 of 11 of Married to Medicine, and I just binged it.
My gosh, I did ruin something for myself recently about it, because I Googled somebody to look. Spoilers if you guys want to.
Yeah, spoilers. Although
it's like a 10-second spoiler, so just skip 30 seconds. I Googled I Googled something about Quad, and it came up that she has never gotten pregnant.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that actually makes me sad.
Yeah, because guess why? She doesn't actually want a baby.
Yes.
She got Craig, made it, we're going to have a baby, and then she never wanted to have a baby, and then she wondered why Greg was mad.
But no. Remember in this season, her brother is staying with her, and they have a baby. And she, excuse me, is filming a ton of scenes interacting with this baby. Yeah. And then on the trip is like, oh, don't you miss the baby? And so I was like, oh, does she want a baby? But it's not giving that she does. And so I'm like, oh, okay. This is not shocking to me now, but I did spoil that for myself. And that was like, I was like, dang it.
Well, and the thing so you know that her and him, Greg and Quad, they get divorced.
Yes, I knew that was eventually coming. I was like,
that was season 3, or is that season 4? Has that happened?
No, it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, it happens between season 4 and 5 then.
What?
It's off. It happens
off camera.
You pick up and they've separated. You pick up and they're actually living upstairs, downstairs before they separate. No, that's why I asked you. Season 5, you get Contessa, you get that, and then then you start seeing the Simone Jackie dynamic. I know. I actually just got goosebumps saying it out loud.
I can't even imagine what they're fighting about. Like, I can't even.
So our conversations, Stephanie will just randomly write me stuff about the show lately, and it is the best feeling.
Yeah.
If you all are watching Married to Medicine or something that, if you've taken something that
we recommended something
and you are experiencing it, please write us.
Message us.
That is like the symbiotic relationship of, if we give you a suggestion, we want feedback on the suggestion, unless it's negative.
Yeah, unless you hated it.
If we told you this is the best show ever and you're like, I hate it, we aren't friends anymore.
Like, do I judge your quality of, like, taste? Maybe a little.
Yeah, no, totally. Like, someone's wrong here, and it's you.
With Married to Medicine, first 2 seasons, I was like, I am a soldier.
Yes.
Like, we are trudging through. And to be fair, most of it is because, like, it's this old reality TV.
Yeah, because it's been
very
on for 11
warm,
years.
like, filter. It's like, what? This doesn't even look like real life.
It's RuPaul's Drag Race season 1.
Exactly.
Right.
And then by the time I got to season 3, when they're doing like couples trips, I was like, no, this is the greatest show ever.
This is, you guys, if you're in the Bravo sphere, so I'm talking Housewives adjacent, I'm talking if
Summer
you do
House.
any of the Summer House, the Southern Charm, Southern Hospitality, if you're any of those Eat, Pray, Love, or whatever that show was with Eva from Atlanta.
Oh, what was that show?
Eat, Slay, Love.
Okay,
or something.
Got it.
It was like a spin-off, right? Like all the spin-offs. If you're like, oh my gosh, it's so much, just start with Married to Medicine.
Yeah.
Incredibly dynamic women. The cast, so much of the cast stays from season 1 to season 11. And that's really nice so that you're not getting invested in people and then them dropping off. You know the ones they're getting rid of.
If it's too overwhelming, I do feel like you could start on season 3. Although in season 1, you don't have the history.
They bring back the fight between Toya and Mariah
frequently.
All the time. You need to have some of that backstory.
But like, I do think they show it enough that you would get it.
Yeah, but you need to be able to see it in real time.
I agree. It was very, very good TV. But like, I think if it was too overwhelming, you could start with season 2.
Yeah. Okay, you were gone on a trip.
I was in San Diego.
Tell us the highlights of your San Diego trip.
San Diego, period. Yeah. I literally, every time I go to San Diego, I'm like, I could live here.
I couldn't. I hate California. But sorry.
Oh
my God.
Yeah,
that was such like, I forgot I was on a podcast.
No, literally.
We're making an entertaining podcast. That was just a real Chase thought.
Yeah, that was an
every now
thought.
and then he's like slip through, just like, oh,
what's like crazy? That's a crazy take, actually, to hate California.
I don't want to live in California. They're all leaving. If there's a mass exodus from California into Salt Lake City, that's not because everyone's flocking to California.
When's the last time you went to San Diego?
2 years, 2 summers ago.
Okay, well, I think you should go back. Because, man, is it just like gorgeous and beautiful weather.
No, I love to visit. Are you kidding? I'm going in May. We're going to Beyonce.
It's
Hey, Cass.
stunning.
We're going to Sur. We're doing like.
That's not San Diego. That's like LA.
No, I'm saying we're doing California.
LA is not great.
And I'm saying I'm going to California. I love California to visit.
San Diego.
And then, but I did San Diego. We did the zoo. Okay, so tell what we did. Tell what you did. I mean,
I went to the zoo.
And by we, I mean it's because you did ask. You texted me too, you dum-dum. No, I'd asked you. I was like, I want to live vicariously, and you delivered.
Yes.
You gave me so many pictures, videos, summaries. We
just
shy of FaceTimed. We were the Avatar tales had connected. The information was flowing between us seamlessly. It was happening in real time. I just was like living. I don't even know what I was doing, but I was on the trip with you. I know exactly what we were eating. # Caesar salad. Okay, so
we were in San Diego. We stayed at a gorgeous Airbnb. I'm like, if you need a link, I'll send it to you. Very expensive, but gorgeous pool, gorgeous property. And we went to the zoo. We did like very San Diego things, La Jolla, tide pools. We went to SeaWorld. Sue me.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Sue me.
Okay, so actually, in full transparency, when I had said we did I was like, I know I loved it. We did the zoo, and I was going to say SeaWorld, and then I thought, no, I'll see if Steph wants to go there, because I have no problem going to SeaWorld. Yeah. Sue me too. Sue both of us. But not the podcast, because we don't want that to tank. I actually loved SeaWorld. The rides were actually quite fun.
We barely went on any rides.
Oh.
Honestly, I think we're on a downturn season at SeaWorld. The last time I went, I remember it being way better. This time I was like, oh, it's a little bleak here.
Yeah.
Besides the dolphin show and the orca show. And I'm just like a Pisces girly. Like, I'm watching these dolphins. Like,
she's communicating.
Me
she's
too.
Like, oh, hello.
No, like, I was watching the dolphin show almost in tears because they're so majestic.
Have you seen that TikTok of the dolphin that brought the sea turtle that had gotten caught up in a net to a fishing boat?
Like an
actual boat. And the dolphin is pushing the sea turtle up onto the actual boat.
Yeah.
So that they can remove this sea turtle whose neck is caught. The dolphins wait. They follow the boat the entire time with the sea turtle until they release the sea turtle. And then the sea turtle, it goes up and there's like a little dolphin.
Dolphins are perfect.
No, literally. Why has Disney not capitalized on the dolphin?
No, dolphins are perfect.
Is there a dolphin? Because I know it's
and
like
the only thing
stuff.
more perfect than a dolphin is an orca whale.
Wait, I have a question. In Finding Nemo, which is really our biggest, I mean, I know
there's
Ariel,
only a beluga, I think.
There's only a beluga, and there's not dolphins, right? They don't have dolphins in
I don't think
Finding
they do.
Nemo. Okay, here's hey Disney. You guys really nailed it with Snow White, which I did see. Ugh, I can't believe I'm going to admit this.
Yeah.
But I would love an actual story about dolphins. They're exceptionally bright. They communicate. Like, they're actually really cool. And I'd want it to be like, not like dolphins in disguise, not like spies in disguise, where like Will Smith turns into a pigeon. You know what I mean? I need like an actual, like,
I want dolphins.
This is like dolphin, like this is like there's the dolphin queen.
Yeah.
And there's the dolphin, like, and her empire is being challenged
No, I'm with you.
And they get help from the sea turtles.
You
like,
don't have to keep selling me.
I'm just saying,
here.
Disney, we have solved your, like, I'm sure ELO or whatever is going to be great. I just want, I want you guys to really call us because we've got ideas. We're idea machines.
No, like, truly, dolphin number one. And then if there's a god tier, it is an orca whale.
Yes, agreed.
And I will say.
No, that's like. The dolphins are trying to protect the orca whales. They're like the dolphin assassins.
Ooh, yeah.
Literally, I'll be back in 6 hours with like a full script, a storyboard, and merch.
Here's the thing with SeaWorld, though. Besides the orca whales and the dolphins, go to a nice aquarium. Like, it's really not... And the rides are kind of fun. Like, it's just... It really isn't a spectacular aquarium experience. Like... I would say even there's aspects of like the Utah aquarium that are better than SeaWorld. But otherwise, sue me. Okay. I went to SeaWorld and I kind of liked it.
I went to SeaWorld, but I didn't buy merch. So
no, I didn't buy anything there.
No, like the bank statements will show Steven was there because I think he's the one that paid the tickets. I'm clean. Yeah. But also I'm okay if I'm dirty, if I'm a little dirty.
Yeah, they really lean heavily into, like, we're helping them.
Yeah, no, the rebranding is heavy-handed.
No, like, I remember when I was little going to SeaWorld and the shows, like, they were in the tank.
No, fully. Like, I get...
The trainer was in the tank, flipping off of their nose, holding onto their fin.
Like, about Free Willy is, this is a really niche comment, okay? So, because Free Willy and, like, the whole Blackfish, and I get... okay, but...
Blackfish, for context, is a documentary about SeaWorld and orca whales and
of animals for entertainment consumption. What I will say is a very niche thing is that on a couple seasons ago on RuPaul's Drag Race, they were doing I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a bitch, I'm a boss, I'm a sound like that. And that was Anitria, and I forget who the other queen was, but... She does one queen does like a back bend, and then the other one jumps over her in the middle of the lip sync battle, and then it cut to Selena, whatever her other name was, in the interview, and she goes, Free Willy! And you know how there are sounds that other shows now own?
Yeah.
Like in your brain?
Yeah, that's like now
that
hers.
Is Free Willy is not Free Willy. I just think of Free Willy! And I just think of I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. That is a... I don't know why I just shared that. Sorry
so
to
funny.
Our listeners. That is such a weird comment. Oh, speaking of listeners, I can't believe we didn't say this. We met.
Yes.
Okay, so Steph and I.
Listeners in the wild.
Listeners
Good baddies in the wild.
We're so excited because, okay, so set it up and then I have to pull up the picture. Okay. Because we were at an event. Let's just say we're at an event.
Yeah, we're at an event.
We're at an event that, okay, I'm just going to say it. This is a funny story. Okay, this is going to get us in trouble. Are you committed to me telling this story?
I'm committed
and
to us
take
getting
whatever
in trouble.
fallout it is.
I'm committed to us getting in trouble because also, like, opinions are opinions.
Yes.
Opinions are opinions. If you felt differently about it, then we also... I don't know if we can. I don't know.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I'm looking directly at camera. I do feel like this is like
we're gonna get. I feel like I'm about to tell my mom that I snuck out.
No, I'm literally getting nervous to say it, and my mouth is doing that weird thing where it smiles but it's frozen. Because here's what we need to know. Actually, let's start with a couple things.
Yes.
We're Christians.
Yep.
Okay. We love Jesus. We really do. Okay, like I speak for both of us.
Are we gonna get in trouble for this?
No, I don't think so. With Steven?
With Steven
or Gentry? No, yeah. I don't think so. They don't listen.
But if Steven listens,
no, he also is way behind. By the time this comes up, it'll be way trouble because of what? Hang on. Okay, we had to go offline because you know when someone from across the room is trying to get your attention and they're like, and they're mouthing something, but they're mouthing it so over enunciated.
I was like,
Stephanie's like, and I was like, wait, what? And so she's like covering her mouth. It's so big that I cannot. How you were pronunciating it or enunciating it was so big.
I thought about doing sign language. And I'm like, we're literally on video.
I'm like, what? Anyway, okay. Steven is a beautiful musician, incredible composer.
Yes.
He often, like Gentry, one of the groups that he works with,
they partner with other
with other people that do other productions, and so Steven, that's not his music. Well, they were the featured for this thing called Messiah in America. And here's the thing about Steven and I right now. We are really adopting, we got this Skylight calendar, so we're syncing everything up onto the calendar. So his calendar and my calendar. That's kind of like the source of information for like us sharing stuff right now. What the calendar did not say to me, which means I couldn't say to Steph, because I got tickets to the opening night of the tour that they're on. Because he was on tour last week. He's leaving this week for several days, doing this incredible show. Yeah. I mean, like, let's just say, like, it's a really,
it's a production.
For sure. What I will also say is that Steven's Sweet Angel Baby did not put on the Skylight calendar that it's really like a Messiah in the America pageant, that it's like a pageant akin to like Hill Cumorah pageant or something.
It is a pageant.
And so if you are not prepared for that, which I was definitely not, and Steph
not
was
usually
also
what
not,
Gentry does or what Steven does.
And is not the sound. So like when I went backstage, so I like say to Steph, please come. Be my date to this. I got an extra ticket. I'd really love you to be my date. She said, okay, Gucci, let's go. We'll do dinner beforehand, which was great. Where was that place
Slim
called?
Chickens.
Yeah, so good. Slim Chicken, kind of a vibe. So we then go to the show and we're backstage and I go to the green room and I walk in and Gentry is like fully in Mesa America.
Almost Jedi
adjacent clothing.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, what the hell are you wearing? And they're like, oh, this is what we wear for the show. And then they're like, well, this is one of the outfits. And then Brad Robbins is like, I mean, this is the outfit that I have when I play Iniquity. And I was like, when I play Iniquity? I'm like, that is a whack song. Still was not quite putting everything together. So Steph, Steven, and I are talking outside the room. We then walk to our seats and we see the set and we're like, oh, this is like a thing. This is like a big thing. And for those of you that don't know, for context, the Book of Mormon, which is another testament of Jesus Christ, which is one of the like keystones of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints religion, is principally centered around the story of Christ and Christianity in the Americas. Yeah. And so with that as like a backstop, and we believe that, like we share those beliefs, and we know they're not for everyone. We respect everyone's religiosity, but that's our lens. And so that recreation of the story means a lot to people, and particularly if you know that that's what you're going to, because when the lights dim and just a voice from the rafter and this woman wearing like glowing white,
with a spotlight in the corner,
she's like, Steph and I like she and I hold hands. We hold hands like quite a bit during events, like just like shared moments. Like we're not like there has to be a line. Yeah, no, this is your armrest and mine. Like we're a toucher. We like grab hands. We're like, what is happening?
Like what the?
And then the performance is just a totally different flavor than we were anticipating, and I love like people like it, and it's just not for me. Yeah, it didn't connect.
And I think really the crime was that we had no idea what it was,
or that, for example, about 30 to 40 minutes into the show, Jesus was going to show up. Which I knew, like, if in the story, I just didn't have any real concept that he was going to. So he just kind of appears from behind the 1,300 person choir. That's not poor math. That's actually the number of people that were in the choir.
Actually, there was people on the stage, literally like front to back, stacked on 4 risers. Then there was people in the sides. Then there was children who would be funneled on for 45 seconds and be funneled back off.
The entire wings of the convention center were also filled with members of the choir who were all in.
Yes, like, there was
costume.
1,300 singers. I don't know how they bust them all in.
No idea. I kept thinking, like, is this CGI? But no. They were just physically there. And Steph and I are giggling because we're just so taken back as Jesus is walking toward the front of the stage. And I'm like, I know, and I've said this to a couple of people, it's like, I'm not. I will weep at his feet. Like, I will, mine will be the knee that will bow. My tongue will confess he is the Christ.
So jarring.
And I don't know if I want other people to watch me have that moment. And I definitely don't want to watch other people like have such a private moment. And I definitely don't want to watch other people faking that they're having that moment because it's not the real Jesus.
But I cannot emphasize enough that it was 35 minutes of him walking around, and then walking back to the center and like holding his, and then like
grabbing people and like them like kind of him like pushing them against his chest and them, you know, it's just, it was a little garish in a way.
What we were expecting.
No, and if you're looking for that, like, wow, I really want to see what that would be like, I want a visual representation, go. It's in California, it's in Arizona, it's in a whole bunch of different places. We're not poo-pooing it at all. With that said, you have to warn me, Steven. You have, babe, this is an actual you and me. Where are you? Look at the camera.
Yep.
Baby, open this on Spotify. We're at minute whatever. Clock it. I'm looking at you. Please communicate so that when I bring my friends to something, i.e., this one, which she comes rolling in, and then I'm having to sit there, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Actually, this was the other part. What the start was? We could not see Steven.
That was also, Steven was behind a whole bunch of foliage.
Which, like, the orchestra, stunning.
Yes.
The music
we have to
throughout,
get back to, we didn't even get to.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, okay, we were setting up that whole event to say we were there, and we ran into Erica.
I could have actually done without lyrics.
And that was the other thing, too, you guys. The lyrics were all just the actual scriptural words.
Almost, with slight adjustments. But otherwise, if we were singing about a storm, we were literally singing thunder and lightning.
Right. It was a little, it's gorgeous for what, if it works for you, great. We're not knocking it for you, but for us, it's just not us. But one of the best parts there were my shirts that I wore, because I had two fire shirts because I went both nights. Thank you so much. I had fire outfits. But more importantly than that, which is actually saying a lot because the one shirt was like different angles. Anyways, sorry. Was we met Drew, our youngest podcast listener. Drew is just, he's got to be like 5, maybe. He was the sweetest because we ran into Erica night 1.
Yes.
His mom. And also we met Drew's whole family. We're saying Drew's family because it is Drew's family. He is the king. Although, hey, Chase, we see you as well because he was also super, super kind. But I tell you, just like he said, we listen to you every single week. I really love listening to you in the car. I love you at Stephanie. Like, I know God will never make me famous because it would absolutely turn me into a monster.
Oh,
like,
I would be a horrible.
I would be a horrible famous person because.
Horrible famous person, excellent rich person.
Oh, no, for sure. I would be super generous just putting this out into the universe. God, if you need me to help take care of people, just give me the money to do it.
I would be so generous. Like, I would share so much of my wealth. Like, I would pay for my friends' dinners every time.
Yeah, agreed. And I want to be that friend.
Exactly.
I know I can't be famous because just when she had said, let me get a picture of you, and like I popped down, you know, to his level, she was like, she said to him, she was like, hey, stand up tall. And I said, no, I can come down to him. As soon as I said that, I was like, I'm an actual diva. Like, I'm feeling the birth of this.
He's like, no, don't
worry.
I
like almost powdered or something right before I was like, hang on a second. Monica? Is there a Monica around who can just make sure I'm camera ready? Like, I was that close.
Yep.
And then he just made me feel like I was a king. And he just he was a dream. I hope you guys had the best trip in Arizona, you guys.
No, I feel like even when a friend's like, oh my gosh, I listened this week and this was so funny, I'm like,
And I did say that we were going to send him as a gift from Good Bad Advice a collection of Sour Patch, like all the Sour Patch families, like grape, strawberry, peach. So Erica, don't forget to send us your Addy. Just send it to us in a DM so I can make sure we're going to put together a full Sour Patch Kid kit because all the family, the Sour family, because he's a good baddie, our youngest good baddie. So that was good. And then I have update because my kids are in town for spring break.
Yes.
Took my son to boxing yesterday. A riot. Because I sweat a ton generally.
Yes, yeah.
And so does he.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, I did that.
Yeah,
I created you sweaty
you're...
monster. And that was really fun. And then that Charlotte and I went to dance. And I asked Amy, I said, hey, Amy, like, do you need help teaching? And she was like, yes, I would love it. You like, whatever. And so we taught Hey Mama, which is a song that Charlotte and I choreographed, and I posted that picture. You wrote the nicest thing. So many people wrote such nice things. I'll share it on the video because when Charlotte was like 5, we did that, and now she's 13. And so we have a video of her when she's teaching it with me at 5. And then we did like fast forward or whatever, how it's going now. And we were teaching it together. She slayed. Yep. She was incredible. She did the whole class with me, and she just kept saying, girl, how many more songs? And I was like, that's the warm up. She's like, girl. Kept doing the side of the class.
Every time you taught a class, I was like, I don't know if I'll live after this. Like, no, Chase goes to these dance classes and
I go hard. If I'm going to go, I'm like, we got to work it out.
You would think he's a high fitness girly, the way that he is.
Amen.
He is throwing it back, jumping up to the sky.
Get it. I'm dancing for Jesus.
Literally.
I'm like I'm biblical. This is a full episode for Jesus. I think it's because it's going into Easter. Today's Palm Sunday.
No, we've literally, and we love Jesus. If there's anything you know Jesus. About us,
like you just need to understand.
We do
I am
love
such a diehard
Jesus.
Christian. The best words I ever heard from my dad about loving Jesus is I won't let Mormonism get in the way of my Christianity. And I just think that is like how I feel. I'm like, no, Christian, always Mormon adjacent, you know, do my own thing sometimes. So we love it. But we've had it's so fun having, as Bailey's gotten older and you get to have more of like a friendship with them that isn't so like dependent on you being like the provider, but then like my kids are making food and hanging out and just making the best jokes.
It's so interesting too. Like, I feel like you always have some sense of like reflection on their interests because of what you buy them and what you put in front of them. Yeah. And like to have them like develop their own tastes and interests. And like one thing that I find so beautiful, and this is like having met Bailey later in life, but like not having the like those early years. I met her when she was like developing her personality, and there are ways that she is different, but there's ways that she is still the person that she was when she was 7. Like she still has so much of the same ingrained in her. I feel like that's just like a demonstration of parenting. That's like, you can have authority, you can guide them, but like they are going to be exactly who they are, and you can assist and you can kind of help guide that, but like their personalities and the core of them are going to remain the same.
Yep, agreed. And I think the other thing that is fun about coming in, because Steven came into the kids' lives while they were older, a little bit later, is he still loves seeing all the little videos and the photos of them when they were younger. And he's like, even though we were talking to Becky and Russ Elder about it last night. We had dinner at their house, which, by the way, she is like a trade wife, right? Yeah. Becky is. She made homemade flour tortillas. Then she did like homemade refried black beans.
What?
And then we had, because it was like tostadas kind of.
You can get those out of a can?
Yeah, but no, ma'am. She
made them.
And then Russ made a salsa, a roasted peppered salsa that was, there's a video going around of Julia Child eating a tart
or whatever,
and she cries.
Yeah.
I actually had that moment last night where I was like, I put this entire like perfect bite in my mouth. I don't know if it's just because I had not eaten most of the day and I'd worked out like a ton, because then we got back from dance and Oliver wanted to play pickleball. So I did boxing, dance, and pickleball, like boom, boom, boom. And I was crippled. Yeah. It was so delicious. And anyway, but we were telling them last night at dinner, we were talking about the kids being younger, and we were showing videos of Charlotte's she had a little smoker voice.
Yes,
hey guys, she was perfect that way. And so we were playing those videos, and Steven had said, I love that I know them now and that I get little glimpses that who they are now is exactly who they were at 2.
100%.
Which is so fun.
Yeah.
So it's really, really fun having them. I feel like we're doing a good job at not planning too much. They really just asked for it to be like low key and easygoing.
I'm proud of you for that.
So that is really hard for me because I'm a planner and like, let's go do stuff and I want adventures. And they're just like, let's just figure out day by day. And it's like, okay. But so today we're having my family over for dinner.
Fun.
For Easter dinner because my kids fly out next Sunday.
Okay,
so we're going to do our Easter dinner early. And it's my mom's birthday dinner as well.
Oh, I'm so happy for you that you get to have Easter dinner tonight.
Yes. I'm so pumped because, and we're celebrating my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. I didn't get to say that, but she really is just so wonderful. We had so much fun. Marty, Megan, my mom, and I went to brunch and we were doing wedding planning this week. And I just was reminded, like, my mom is such a baddie. Like, all my friends love her even more than me, which is saying a lot. So I love them. Anyway, but Christmas Eve, I did not do well. This is a parenting tip. Okay.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve dinner, we were hosting. It was the first time that we were doing Christmas Eve dinner outside of my parents hosting ever since I
Yeah, you did a bit much.
You think? I made Christmas cranberry crack. Then I distilled that like syrup down, made it into a cranberry simple syrup so that I could do a cranberry mocktail, which had like garnish, candied cranberries and little skewers. And then like, it was just so much. And I did so well leading up to the dinner. I had like timed it so that like, okay, I was kind of each day I was working on different things and then desserts. And the day of Christmas Eve, we had delivered our sub for Santa's. And then I came back. We had about 2 hours before dinner started. And I felt like I was kind of putting everything together. Cut to like the final 30, 40 minutes before the doorbell.
You almost kill everyone.
I almost killed every single person. The garbage disposal got clogged. So it was just, the sink was full of like Disgusto water. Poor Charlotte is just kind of frozen because like they get to be excited about the holiday, but then they're also like kids. And so I'm asking her to like portion out the little mocktails and she can't get the can open with her new lead nails. And so she's kind of panicking and I'm just doing an amazing job at keeping my cool and screaming at everybody. So that's amazing. So, and I really was so embarrassed. Like my parents, everyone left on Christmas Eve and I immediately was just like, you guys, I'm so sorry for being a monster. Like I felt sick about it. And so I'm like very committed to not being that today. So we're catering. We had the entire meal catered. I
have told you that you need to cater.
I'm so proud of myself.
No.
Because you don't understand. Like for those of you that are like, oh my gosh, that's so bougie. Like you're completely like, wow, you paid. No.
It is not. You are saving yourself and everybody else.
My disposition is I want to make every single thing by hand. I want it to be like, if I'm doing the salad, I want to candy the pecans myself. And I want to do blah, blah. I want to pickle my own red onions. It's just like so much work. And I know it's like a labor of love. And if you're doing that, so great. But it does affect me. And it affects how I treat other people. Because I just get so... And my mom growing up used to tell me people, not projects. And I like focus on the people that you're with, not the project that you're doing. And I would be like, got it. So everybody, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, like I struggled with that when I would do like ward Christmas parties and I would be in charge. Like I could be a bit of a tier.
Like your birthday party last year too.
Okay, well, let's not pile on, honey. Okay, I'm doing the best I can.
You literally, no, here's the thing. You're so like giving and so like you wanted to make this dinner to be like, this is my gift to you. Like, and I'm like, baby,
and you're like,
so
why
stressed.
are you doing risotto?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I want to make risotto to order for everybody that's coming to the house to celebrate my birthday.
And I was like,
you're like, I just feel like that's extra. And it just wasn't snapping
here's the
for
thing,
me.
No, it's not extra. Like, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful, stunning. Your food is perfect. But like, at what cost?
Yeah.
Like,
and the cost became too much.
Yeah.
And so we had to pivot. I'm having a lot of anxiety about it because
it's going to be so
pick
great.
it up but what we are doing, and I like said to the kids, I was like, I want you to know this is because I'm evolving. Like I'm trying. I know I don't do things right all the time, and I'm really trying hard. And so this is not just like lip service. We actually are having it catered.
Yeah.
Just by Harmon's, which by the way, they have amazing packages.
Their catering is so good.
So I'm very excited to see how it goes tonight. And then we made games. And this is my other, so the one one advice I'm giving is if you can outsource packaged meals, whatever else, do it. Your kids will not be like, I just love. And if there's like something, like the one thing I may do is cinnamon pull apart bread. That's like our traditional. It's so easy. I just put it in the oven. If that's like the one thing that we make by home.
No, for our family, it's like pretzel jello salad. But everything else,
yes,
cater
something else. Like I think that's going to be the navigating. It actually is causing me anxiety.
It's homemade rolls. And I'm like, for me, I'm like Rhodes rolls all day.
Oh, to me, I'm a Kneaders rolls. Like, get me or Lion House. It doesn't matter to me. But I do think that that's really good advice. It's just like be humble enough to be like, oh, okay, listen to my kids. I hated that I tainted the experience negatively, even with the best intentions.
Yeah.
And so I'm evolving for that. But my other advice is that one of the games we're doing tonight is, did you ever do MASH? Like Mansion?
Yes. Uh-huh.
So we're all going to do our own MASH board. Uh-huh. We did this on the cruise when we were at the islands in February with everybody. And it was so fun because you fill out your own. Mm-hmm. Then you pass it to the person on your right who then does the little check mark and eliminates it for you. Uh-huh. Then you pass it to the person to your left and then they read your fortune. So that so once you've given it, you don't see it anymore. And then like you fold it up and pass it. So I think it'll be fun today to do that with my family. It would be fun to do that
too. Do you fill out the whole thing yourself or you have to pass it around and people fill in your gaps?
So you fill in the first 4 and then the person to the right fills in the last one.
Fun.
So I think it is fun to have it be, wait, I didn't pick that. Oh, that's actually really fun. It could be we're going to
like
pick
Mad
it and
Lib almost.
Maybe you just rotate it. Yeah. You pick one and then you rotate it till 5 and then that person
you put your name at the top and then you pass that around and everybody fills in like 2 slots on random ones.
Yes. No, I kind of love that. Okay, that's what we'll do. Yeah. That's a good variation. But
that's then it's like fun... I really only get like one choice about my life and it's like I marry Steven.
Yes. No, I kind of love that. And then we're doing an Easter egg scavenger hunt, but because we don't we're in Daybreak, so we don't have like a major yard to have an Easter egg hunt. So we're doing a scavenger hunt for people to have to like go. It's like 3 people on bikes, 1 person at the dock. Like so we have different teams, and then they'll go out and then they have to get pictures and they'll come back. So it's like a race.
Yeah.
And then we have an Easter basket for the winners, which is like $20 for each of them and candy, like better candy. And then we have like a loser basket, but it's still like $10.
Cute.
But I think that's what we're doing. So freeing up, not doing the meal did allow me to like focus on games or things.
I'm genuinely like, this is going to sound condescending. I'm so proud of you for that.
I need that because
I am so proud of you because
how much
when
anxiety,
Chase said he's like, when Chase is like, no, like I have to, like I will go, okay, I'll make a salad, but I'm going to buy all of the ingredients. I'm even going to go to Harmon's and get pre-cut vegetables. Mm-hmm. Like Chase is like, I am going to
grow my own vegetables.
Yeah, start a garden a year in advance to grow my own vegetables. And when he says that he has to like pecans or like caramelize his own pecans, he actually like has to home make his own caramel beforehand. Like the amount of detail that goes into a Chase dinner is gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, and smart, and delicious. Not one error is made. Except that you reach a level of stress that I'm like, I promise this is not worth it. I promise it's not.
And I don't know. I need to I'm working in therapy. Christina, I'm working to figure out how did I get here and why is that so important to me and how do I evolve? So this is really I haven't come to any major conclusion. This is just trial by fire. Yeah. I'm just going to order it, pick up all the mashed potatoes, and then I'm going to plate everything. Yes. So it looks nice. Yeah. I'm not a monster. And we're going to do an Easter dinner table.
And here's the thing. I would just tell a normal person, you don't need to caramelize your own pecans. Just buy them.
Just candy.
Whatever. Yeah, that's the one. You don't need to do that. You can buy a salad mix. People love a Caesar salad.
I love a Caesar, but have you ever done Caesar salad where you home make your own croutons? And if you make your own Caesar dressing, it's actually delicious because you can also decide how much anchovy to put in.
You know what else? Texas Roadhouse has a great Caesar salad. You could just pick it up.
I do. Actually, I will say that I know I'm getting there. I'm a recovering
No, but
hostaholic.
A normal person, I would say that to.
Yeah.
But you guys don't understand the amount of detail and thought and love that goes into Chase.
Which, by the way, you guys are going to die when you see the wedding. Speaking of, because this is the
nuts.
one area where nobody gets to say, just don't worry about the details. The actual questions in the planning are like,
what about this detail?
What about the details? And I'm like I'm
what
glad
color
you asked.
forks are you using?
I did have, we have two different, anyway, I did ask, I did have a lookbook. I made a lookbook, and then I passed them all out to everybody. Yeah. So it's like, hey, here's the mood board, lookbook, blah, blah, blah. Marty and Megan and my mom were like, oh, Lord. Okay, it's starting. It's 7 pages. I was like, got it. Anyways, okay, we've got some GBs.
Yes.
You've got yours.
Married to Medicine, which we already talked about. The book Martyr. It is a very popular book from last year about a Iranian like college student who is an alcoholic, and it's just like him trying to experience like becoming a person of importance and what's your value once you graduate and how do you mean something to the world, while also like there is deep rooted in Iranian culture, Iranian men wanting to like die a martyr. And it talks about that in the book. I think it was really well done. I didn't really love the direction it took, but it was extremely poetic. I think Iranian stories are like some of the most like gorgeous, rich, poetic stories. And I would totally recommend it, but it's like, it's not a light read. It like talks a lot about suicide, alcoholism. Like there's a lot of kind of jumping around. So you're like, wait, am I in the past or am I in the present? But the writing is really, really well done. So I would recommend it, but like, it's not like I need something in passing. It's like, read it, absorb it, like think about it. It will sit with you. And then I feel like I wrote another one, but what I am going to mention.
You did 30 Rock as well.
Oh, 30 Rock. Were we watching 30 Rock? Oh my gosh.
30? You 30 do a good job. You watch it on the television.
Travis and I are rewatching 30 Rock, and it's so funny. I forgot. And then last thing that I will say, if you are a person on TikTok and you like unhinged drama,
I'm obsessed.
You need to watch Morgan from Denver, Colorado. You need to start at her St. Patrick's Day weekend. What you need to know about this girl is she is psychotic in the way that a friend will tell you a story and you're like, you're nuts. And they go, I know. And then they keep going. She is talking about the Rat Shack, which is a dive bar near her house where she's like, they have a beer, a cigarette, and a shot for $7. Like, and she's talking like she has a smoker's lung.
Okay.
The way that I'm
will
like,
you make sure you send it to me so I can put it on the carousel? I will
send it to you. You have to watch every single part of her weekend. I now follow her on Instagram to religiously see what she's doing on the weekends, because I'm like, she is so unhinged. She's constantly like, and I'm ripping cigs, and like, I see this dime piece across the way. I'm like, I'm sad. Like I find her to be one of the most fascinating, unhinged. We need to speak to each other
more dramatically, because
yes.
I'm on TikTok on this girl who like lip syncs voice notes she gets from her sisters, and they're like, doll, here's the thing. I know we're planning a bachelorette. Shock.
Yeah.
Like that, we're not as animated in our daily.
We need to update it, because she is a storyteller. I would listen to a podcast of her for 6 hours straight. The way that she tells stories, it is like, and then like she's like, oh my God, like I'm obsessed. I love everything about her, and I think it's just because like if my pendulum swung so far,
yeah,
I'm like there is a bizarro world in which I am Morgan, and like all I'm doing is partying from Thursday to Monday, ripping cigs, because like I love to pretend.
No,
I love to pretend I have a cigarette, and
so
with a
Charlotte,
beer, like holding a drink and a cigarette. Like if the pendulum swung, I know that I could get to this end of the spectrum in a bizarro world. I'm telling you, her content is so interesting and hysterical, and I need more people to know about her.
Okay. I love it so much. Please,
I will
please
send it to you
me.
literally right after this.
My favorite TikTok land that I'm in right now are all of the tell me your unhinged blanks. You know, it's like, I'm bored. Tell me your most unhinged wedding
those
hack.
Are
so
so
tell me
good.
your most. I went through Jordan Hanks. Hey, Jordan sent me, what did you do when you found out your spouse was cheating on you? And I want to know like what absolute insane thing you did. So some of the things I cannot believe that they're real. Like I have to like suspend belief because if some of these things are real,
I'm scared for people.
We need Jesus. Like
that's what you're gonna feel watching Jesus. Morgan's things.
Okay.
You're gonna be like, you are.
We have to call this episode "Catching Up for Jesus" because I keep thinking
catching up with Jesus.
Catching up with Jesus. Yes. Okay. I have so much content to go over because this is several weeks worth.
I'm gonna be quiet and barely chime in.
The Pulse is, it was like the #1 show on Netflix. It is like what they're trying to do, the new ER Grey's Anatomy.
Never heard of her. Happy for them.
Not great.
Oh, don't watch.
But The Pitt on HBO, Noah Wyle, is phenomenal. It is. I binged it this week. I watched all 15 episodes. It's.
What's so crazy? I watched Grey's Anatomy, but it like stressed me out.
No.
Is The Pitt good?
The Pitt is quite possibly the best TV show I've seen in a year.
What?
After Married to Medicine.
Yeah.
It is.
After Married to Medicine is great.
15 hours of a shift at the ER. Every hour is an episode.
Oh.
And Noah Wyle, famous from ER, is the head ER doc there. He's actually currently, the show's actually being sued by Michael Crichton's wife. I believe Michael Crichton might be dead, but he's the one who created ER because she's saying, hey, look, it's so similar to ER. And you have Noah Wyle, who was like famous from ER. He's basically playing the same character.
Yeah.
The storytelling is phenomenal because like if someone gets admitted in episode 1, it could be 4 hours till their labs are back. So you don't see them again till episode 5.
Oh.
And then they may not get discharged until episode 10 because they've been at the ER for 10 hours. That's wild. It's so smart. And the other doctors, nurses there was like a Times article about it, like about how good the supporting characters are. It's really, really, really good.
Okay.
Not good. I did go to Snow White. Kill me. And this is going to make me sound like the worst human being.
I keep seeing clips from it. It's horrible.
It was either that or The Last Supper from The Chosen. And I was like, Steven, we'd had a really heavy week. And I was like, I just can't do anything heavy. So let's just go to Snow White.
Let's go watch some CGI.
It was so stupid. Didn't I send you clips?
Yeah, you did.
I was breaking the law. I was recording.
Yeah, no, he didn't record it.
I was setting Stephanie clips. I did, though, want to just share because I do think that it's funny that I did have some feedback about who the new, about like what modern day Snow White dwarves would be. I sent those to you.
Did you?
Yes, I wrote them to you. I did a whole thing because remember I compared.
You were texting me live from the theater being so funny. I was cackling.
Okay, wait, dang it. I may not. Oh, did you get anything from the Kate Spade thing with Target?
No, because I literally forgot it was happening.
Is it
like a
emptied
moron?
Out? Is it gutted out now?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gutted.
All sold out. I wanted the vase so badly.
I know, dang it. Okay, here are my 21st century dwarves. Okay. Horny, anxiety, phony, judgy, jelly, woke, and roids.
Yeah.
I stand by that. They were infinitely better than the weird dwarves there. The music was terrible. I love Gal Gadot, and she was awful. Rachel Ziegler, okay, her voice was fine, but the acting was the weird Prince thing.
Too theatrical in her performing. Like I think she should stay on a stage.
I also watched The Life List. This was on Sophia Carson on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's Connie Britton, a la Friday Night Lights. Connie Britton dies and then she's like rich as hell, but leaves like a list of things that she wants her daughter to do in order to like qualify for an inheritance. Kinda. It's really messy. It's not great. I didn't love it. We did get caught up on Survivor, the new season of Survivor. This is a great season. We really, really like the contestants. And I got caught up on, or almost caught up on, Amazing Race. Not as great.
Okay.
Grosse Pointe Garden Society. This is on Peacock. Same people, I swear, that did Desperate Housewives. Mm-hmm. But kind of like Desperate Housewives and
I've seen the trailer for this one, yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow, okay.
I am so captivated by it. There's very few shows that I'm like, even Housewives, when I know like, oh, Summer House airs on Fridays or Thursdays and Top Chef is on Fridays. Like even those ones, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, if I get to it, great. If not, whatever. On Grosse Pointe, as soon as the episode is released, I'm watching it.
Yeah. Okay.
It was really, really great. And then we did watch The Challenge. We're about a third of the way through The Challenge season 40. We're behind because they just released it. The Challenge is good reality TV.
Yeah.
All of those people know that we are watching. They know exactly who their audience is.
They know.
And they know what we want to see. And boy, does this season deliver.
I think Survivor does that really well too.
Agreed. They know they're making TV. That's like when I say about certain reality stars, I'm like, they know they're earning their paycheck, which, by the way, did you see Bronwyn allegedly was not on the group trip? They were, all the girls, Salt Lake City girls, were all filmed.
One.
What?
The below deck one.
Yes, filmed
with
going
Captain
somewhere.
Jason. I can't wait to see.
They didn't see Bronwyn at the airport. Someone reported. So
she could have very well flown to somewhere private, else.
Yeah. Anyway, so interesting. Really, really good content. Also, new music. There was so much new music the past couple weeks that have come out. My little ears have been
buzzing.
My ears and my eyes have been so grateful for the content that has come out the past couple weeks. And then speaking of music, Coachella's happening right now. We've been seeing lots of stuff. So Coachella's a couple of weekends, this weekend and next weekend. My friend Christy McHenry is there. She said it's like wild and just hot, and they're having a heat wave in California, and it is in the desert and blah, blah, blah. But Gaga headlined night one.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Charlie XCX was one of the big ones from last night.
And Green Day.
But
I can't remember who's tonight. Benson Boone was also the same night as Gaga.
Dang, I saw who it was. Anyway, and
Dua Lipa?
No,
maybe not.
It. But would you go to Coachella?
No.
Didn't we do a whole bit last time on Coachella?
It sounds miserable. We have a whole thing where we would never go to Coachella. Here's actually my major gripe with Coachella this year.
Oh, it's Post Malone.
Oh, okay, that's going to be excellent. Here's my major gripe with Coachella this year. For context, Coachella is a huge music festival, and usually like it is known for the looks. It's like a fashion event.
It's very like Mad Max fashion event. Like,
okay, now it is.
Yeah.
Before it was like very festival. It was kind of like almost costumey. Mm-hmm. Literally,
it's kind of like the Met Gala, but in the desert for like, it's like the Met Gala for crafts, arts and crafts. It was
very like campy. It was like people wearing like, it's very like desert ethereal, like festival vibes. This year, everybody is wearing the exact same belt. It is this huge round belt that has like brads in it and a center like floral thing. And every single person, if you watch videos of Coachella, has this huge round belt on and a mini skirt. I'm like, be original. Like, I'm actually annoyed at the fashion this season.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like, all of you are dressed the exact same. It's like you all went to Revolve and that belt was on everything. And you guys said that's the belt of the season. I'm like, you guys, you're going to be embarrassed by this.
Okay, I have a game to play.
Please.
I'm going to go from, so for those of you that have seen, there's the Coachella poster and the headliners like the larger font. And then they slowly have smaller fonts based on the artists that you wouldn't know.
Isn't it 3 weekends?
It's 2 weekends.
Okay.
Friday Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this weekend and next weekend. The 11th and the 18th is Lady Gaga. The 12th and 19th. We'll see what happens if they mix it up. Kind of like how Beychella, she had totally different looks for the different weeks. Anyway, I'm going to read the smallest artists going to the larger ones. You tell me when you've actually heard of the artist.
Okay, great.
So we'll see, because some of these people, there's no possible way. Okay. E-R-E-Z, Eris?
No.
Glixen?
No.
Coco and Breezy?
No.
Moon Boots?
No.
High Tech?
No.
Versus Self?
No.
Shermanology?
No.
Kneecap?
No.
Pete Tong and Ahmed Spence.
No.
These are not diseases. These are bands.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Parasai.
No.
Los Mirlos.
No.
Tops.
No.
Beltran.
No.
Raven Lene.
No.
Swan Kuti and Egypt 80.
No.
Speed.
No.
Tin Lickler.
No.
Tin Liquor? Well, that is a good name. Lola Young.
I have heard of her.
Okay, she's the first one I've heard of as well.
Yeah.
From TikTok?
Yes.
Yeah, the British big blonde.
I'm too lucky. That's one.
Oh, that's hers? Okay. Okay, so that's how far we got for night 1.
Okay.
Now night 2. Talon.
No.
Prison Affair.
No.
Bob Villain.
No.
That sounds like a drag name.
queen.
Together Pangea.
No.
Together Pangea is a band name? This is so stupid. Okay. Judeline.
No.
Hi. H-A-A-I.
No.
DJ Gigolo.
No.
Leighton Giordani.
No.
Rawanana.
No.
Infected Mushroom.
Nope.
Indira Panganonoto.
Nope.
Indu Warehouse.
No.
Underscores.
No.
Medium Build.
No.
El Melilla.
No.
Horse Girl. Oh, I've actually heard of Horse Girl. Damn it.
I have not heard of her.
Okay, so we're going to keep going for you. Salou.
No.
Honey, I'm not making this one up. Klanksenstler.
Okay. No.
I thought you were like, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
they
no,
sing,
I've heard of that
everybody got you, Pam. Oh, hang on. The website's reloading. Okay. Mind Against and Misano.
No.
Okay, hang on. It locked out. Snow. It's going to do this thing. Okay, hang on. I got to get... Sorry, I have to cut back into it because
And here's what I'm learning. 1, not for me because of all of this.
Hang on, I'm not done. 2 holies.
No.
Okay, what's your second thing?
2, it's in the desert and hot. Like, I know that's not for me.
This is not for me. The Dare.
No. Oh, I have heard of them.
Okay,
I have heard of the Dare.
We were so close to Yo Gabba Gabba. And we've all heard of Yo Gabba Gabba. They're performing at Coachella.
I don't know.
Okay, and then here's night 3. Julio Nico.
No.
Chip Silesium.
No.
Desiree.
No.
99.
No.
Gel.
No.
Mohammed Ramadan.
No.
I have heard of Mohammed, but not the artist.
Not that one.
Formerly.
And I have heard of Ramadan.
Yeah, me
but
too.
not together.
Soft Play. Heard of
No.
Soft, heard of Play. Never heard of Soft Play. A Mimi.
No.
Ginger Root. Also have heard of Ginger Root, not the artist.
Yes.
But the actual
No.
food. Okay. Sparrow and Barbosa.
No.
Hope Tala.
No.
Francis Mercier.
No.
Mute.
No.
Wisp.
No.
The Beaches.
No.
VTTS.
No.
Dennis Cruz.
No.
Interplanetary Criminal.
No.
Fuckers. F-C-U-K-E-R-S. Cookers?
Oh.
Fookers?
Okay. No.
Snow Strippers.
No. I've heard of them.
Yeah, heard of
But-
snow.
but
heard of
separately,
strippers,
not the band.
Never snow strippers. Heard of strippers in the snow. Heard of a lot of white people stripping. Not the same thing. Big X the Plug.
No.
Okay. Amiri Wrong. Wait, did we
No.
do that one? No, we haven't. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dixon and Jimmy Jules.
No.
Boris Breck.
No.
Shaka. Amel and the Sniffers.
No. I just like
Ben
thinking
Pomer.
of somebody listening being like, okay, we get it. Actually, you don't know any of these people.
Circle Jerks.
No.
And you guys, you just need to know who's playing at Coachella. This is so funny. Okay, and then Ty Dolla $ign. I have heard Ty of Dolla $ign. Yeah, and then we finally get then into like Shabuzi and Jesse Murph.
That one we really. I'm like
that one. I just need to know, like, I and here's the thing.
That's how you know,
with the musician,
even if I win, I would go, and I'm not going to day 3.
Yeah, and this is how I'm just there at the festival, because I don't know any of the music.
Yeah.
I know 1, here comes the 2 to the 3. I'm like, play that song. And everyone else there would also be like the sort of people that would be annoyed if I requested Kesha OG Cannibal.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what are you talking about?
No, Cannibal is so good.
We know exactly the part. Kesha's a genius. She's in Mensa. You know that, right? Girl, you good?
I'm so sorry for both of us.
I have a heart, I swear I do, but just not, baby, when it comes to you. You know what's good for you. I think I think you're good. You're not kind of guy at school. She's an anus, near anus. I'm gonna eat you, fool. I'll eat you up. Breakfast and lunch. Then when I'm thirsty, I'll drink your blood. Carnival animal. You better run. I am cannibal. I'll eat you up.
Anyways, she's going on tour. Should we go just so we can do? I have a heart. I swear I do.
Just so we could live stream for 7 people.
I actually probably would go see Kesha.
I've seen her multiple times.
I haven't seen her before.
Here's the problem. I went to her
I feel
her
like
Color
it's the
album
crowd
right
that
after.
might bother me more.
Though the crowd is such good, such good airport watching.
But more that I just feel like people would get white girl wasted at her concerts.
Yes. But here's the problem is that she had just done like Praying, her album with that I thought was so beautiful. And then she came out and she just did her old kind of like slutty stuff. And I felt really cheapened by that.
Yeah.
But if we go just knowing that we're looking for the in Cannibal, then I'd be Gucci. I think she's coming in July or June to USANA.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
I'll go.
All right. We got to go to church because it's Jesus's day. Anything else you want to share before we log off?
No, we missed you.
We missed you. We're so glad to be back. Please like, follow, subscribe, share, tweet, comment. Oh, what should we have everybody comment? And the kid's secret word will be Jesus for this week. No, you need to comment a piece of meat for Cannibal.
Oh,
so you have to do like and you can't repeat. So if someone does a steak, you have to do like a shrimp or a chicken. We'll just put all the different meats for cannibals.
Perfect.
All right. Love you guys lots. We'll talk to you soon.
Goodbye.
We're going to be doing that until like I will be 79 and you'll be